The island of Sodor is surrounded by beautiful blue sea. It has fields with green and sandy yellow beaches. There are rivers, streams and lots of trees where the birds sing. There are windmills and a coal mine, and docks of visitors for the island arrive. The island also has lots and lots of railway lines. Who's that puffing down the track? It's Thomas. Hello, Thomas. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the island of Sodor. The missing passengers. Summertime is the busiest time of the year on the island of Sodor. There are visitors coming to the island and lots of events to organise, like parties and concerts. Early one morning, the Fat Controller gathered all his engines at Knapwood Station. "I know how much you love taking visitors," he said. "That's because today is a very special day. The summer festival is happening this afternoon at Wayside village station. You've all got to do important jobs." The engines were very excited. They all love helping out in the festival. Even Gordon was excited. He hoped that he's got the most important job of all. "You've got to collect lots of passengers and bring them to the festival," he said to Gordon. Gordon was very proud of that job, but first he had to go to the fitters yard to have his wheels oiled. So Gordon was at the fitters yard having his wheels oiled. Gordon was impatient to go. "I have a lot of passengers to take and bring them to the festival," he said. "You better hurry, Gordon," said Neville. "It'll be starting very soon." Eventually Gordon was ready, and then he set off to the water tower. But when Gordon reached the water tower, there was a queue. "I got to collect the man and bring him to the festival," said Toby. "Me and Broco got an important train to collect," said Duck. "You have to wait your turn, Gordon," said Broco. "I got important passengers to collect and bring them to the festival," said Gordon, "so get on with it." After Gordon had a drink, he came to collect his passengers. "You're late, Gordon," said James. "It wasn't my fault," said Gordon. "Some engines took a very long time to get ready." "The festival's happening very soon, Gordon," warned Edward. "You better go and collect your passengers at Brendam Docks." Gordon's passengers were soon on board, and then he set off to Brendam Docks. When Gordon got to Brendam Docks, there were no passengers waiting on the big ship, or near the big ship. "Where are my passengers?" huffed Gordon. "Sorry, matey," said Salty. "You were very late collecting them. Bill and Ben collected them instead, because they couldn't wait any longer." Gordon was very cross. "Where can I find more passengers?" he said. "You could try Elsbridge Station," said Salty. Gordon thought it was better than nothing, and then he set off. Gordon came to a signal. Henry was there. "You were late collecting your passengers at Brendam Docks," said Henry. But then they saw Bill and Ben with their coaches, which made Gordon even jealous. "I'm going to Elsbridge Station to see if there's any more passengers," said Gordon, and then he puffed away. When Gordon got to Elsbridge Station, there were no passengers waiting on the platform. "Where are my passengers now?" said Gordon. "Rheneas, Peter, Sam and Rusty were bringing them to you," said Murdoch, "but they've been delayed in an accident." "We're very sorry, Gordon," said Sir Handel, Duke, Duncan and Scarlowy. Now Gordon was so cross. "Where else can I find more passengers?" he asked. "You could try Tidmouth Station," suggested Arthur. So Gordon was on his way. But then suddenly he had to stop. Emily was right in front of him. "What's going on, Emily?" asked Gordon. Molly's right in front of me. She's run out of water, said Emily. It's not my fault, said Molly. Of course it's not, said Emily. Now Gordon was so cross, but it wasn't too long until he was on his way again. But not far away, Mavis had just cleared the line. He moved the trucks into the siding so Gordon can get through, but unfortunately the signalman had forgotten to switch the points. Harvey came with the breakdown train to clear up the mess. This is all your fault, Mavis, said Gordon. What's all my fault? Asked Mavis. You made me have this accident. You made me crush into these trucks. Soon the line was clear and Gordon set off. Gordon finally got to Wayside Village. Where have you been? Asked Donald. You're very late, said Douglas. No, not my fault, said Gordon. I was involved in a few accidents. Then the fat controller had bad news. Bertie has broken down while he's been taking his passengers over here, he said. I need a volunteer to rescue him and his passengers and bring them to the festival. Then Gordon had an idea. Please, sir, he said, I haven't found many passengers all day. May I help Bertie? A splendid idea, said the fat controller. Soon Gordon found Bertie. Come on, Bertie, he said. I'm going to help you and your passengers to the festival. Thank you, Gordon, said Bertie. When Bill and Ben saw Gordon with Bertie, they were surprised. What do you think you're doing, Gordon? Asked Bill. I volunteered to help Bertie and his passengers to take them to the festival, said Gordon. Well done, Gordon, said Ben. Later that afternoon, the festival was a great success. Everybody was having a great time. All the engines were pleased, especially Gordon.